Feel free to stop, even though this is a recording, feel free to stop me at any point if you have any questions, because we'll be going over Lofty. And just my big thing is always, how do I maximize my time? You know, if even if money is an issue in your life, time is one of the fixers to fix the money issue, right? Because if money's an issue, how do I get more time to make more money? Because it's still going to come down to time. And so fixing the time thing is always a big thing. And so with Lofty and with a lot of different tools out there, because it doesn't have to necessarily be Lofty. So this is definitely a talk on any type of CRM or any type of tool. I just encourage everyone to be someone who embraces learning things. And just, if things seem too complicated for you, just think that there has to be a way for it to be less complicated, right? There has to be information out there for one path. Like I've looked at CRMs, similar to Lofty for our mortgage side, and I just get to a point with some of them where I'm like, this is just so complicated. I do not have the time to take this on, and I wonder if there's a better solution somewhere else. So Vanessa's going to laugh hearing me, but ChatGPT or even just the Google AI, using, and it's not even artificial intelligence. It's just something that browses the internet for you to find a solution. Like, hey, my name is Chanel. I am so untechnologically savvy. I have a hard time even trying to use ChatGPT. Can you please help me find something that maximizes my time the best? And it will browse the internet and it'll find something for you. But what I would say is, if you're looking for anything to help you maximize your time, and if Lofty is not the solution for you, there are so many other things that could be. It's crazy what's coming out nowadays. To the point that, at some point we may implement just an AI phone call bot to make phone calls on all of our leads for us. Because they have this, I did a test with it. It was all right. The price was a little too high, but it's better than hiring someone to make phone calls for you. That's a whole nother conversation, but let's get into it. So there are two main things that I think can really help a lot of you with Lofty or with any other CRM to really help you grow your business. And like I said, with any other CRM, so if you have your own website, like I think Rebecca could probably make her own website branded however she wants. I think Vanessa might have her own. I know Viviana does. You can link them. It costs extra. I think it's an extra $40 a month through Lofty. You could also do it through HubSpot. I think it's free. But there's a lot of things you can do. My main thing is find a platform where you can auto post, without spending too much money, something every single week, multiple times a week, whatever, to social media platforms, Google, if you want to set up Google. What I have linked on my account, so this is Lofty. We're in the marketing center. I'm recording this video to hopefully put on YouTube, but YouTube always takes it down whenever I do a class just on Lofty. And so I think it might be because sometimes I show people's information in the system, but they never really give me a reason why. So all of you, I pay extra for you all to have access to Social Studios. So Social Studios is where you can auto post. As you can see, I'm bad. I have not scheduled any posts. And what is this scheduled for? That's no, that's in the past. Anyway, what you do is you go into settings, you click manage profiles, and you link the profiles. Now I don't know why it's expired, but your Instagram, it will require that you have a business account. It'll have to be a Facebook page. You can switch your Instagram account from business to personal after you set it up. I think this is set as a personal account instead of a business account, and it still stays connected. You can link YouTube, Facebook. You could create a Google business profile. In order to do that, please come into the office and I'll show you how to do it, or Mary will show you how to do it, because I think she got hers set up. It does take some time, but you can do that. So what I do is I get that all set up. It's a couple clicks of a button. If you think it's complicated, think again. It's literally, I go to profile and I click add, and then I log into my account. But what I would do is I would really promote my my website on social media. And I think everyone needs to get in a habit of this. Evelyn has been doing this and she has gotten tons of foot traffic. So literally, if I go to all these landing pages I have, it'll show the foot traffic that I get just organically um, from these links or from what you pay. But I would create a landing page and post it once a week. You can do the same day every week. You can do different days, whatever you want to do. You can use Canva to create an image, whatever, but you want to be able to be posting and sharing a link to your website at least once a week, because our goal is, we got to get the business away from Zillow, away from realtor.com and on your platform. So when you're setting up your social media, you're Vanessa and you're going and you're posting, or Rebecca, those two who are on the call today have been posting great videos of new builds and different houses. You should also have a lot of links to your website so that when people see you and they see the content you're posting, they see your family and they can relate to you because, you know, Rebecca has kids in high school and they love seeing her posts. And then they see that she's also, posting things about new builds and they're curious about that. You should have links either in a link tree, right? So in your bio on Instagram, or just as posts on Facebook or posts on Google. You should have everything. You should have calls to action, essentially, is what I'm saying. You need to have something where they can go and say, oh, I'm interested in a house like that. How do I find it, versus just messaging you? And they'll just click a link. And then next thing you know, they're browsing houses. So, being able to post and say, here, I'm going to create a search landing page and I'm going to do new builds Rockland. I think that's where you all have been doing it. Lead source website. It immediately creates, this is called a landing page, or not really subdomain, but a landing page. And so what's nice is if people Google new builds in Rockland, Google's more likely to show your page because it's part of your website URL. Once again, you don't have to fully understand this. Just understand that making this name specific to what someone might search for helps you, right? The page name. Then I just go to listing source. And once again, we're going to record this. So if you need to go back and watch it to see how to do it step by step, feel free to do so. But use custom listing filters. All I do is type the location, Rockland, California. Property type, not any. We'll do single family homes. Surprised they haven't changed that name yet. I'm going to do add additional criteria. Let's see. There's something that should say other remarks. So we get, how about year built? Year built, we'll do 2023 to 2024. Or I guess there's no point in putting a max. Or you could just do, let's just see how many come up with this. 6. Save. Yes. Okay. Save. New builds in Rockland. Here are all the new builds. This is what my landing page looks like. This won't actually show up when you go to the website. You can click this little eyeball so you can see what it looks like. You can edit it if you want. I say save yourself time. Click post to social channels. Boom. This is what it looks like. Although, why is that the image? Oh, you can go back and you can do settings. You just scroll down all the way to the bottom, pick a new image. So this is where you can go to some of these new builds. Let's say like this one. I'm going to click save. Where was I? Actually, click replace image. Cannot share to YouTube, but you can share it to Google Business, Instagram, Facebook. Boom. And then you can schedule it. So I could say, I want this to go out tomorrow, or let's do today in the afternoon. Let's do 2 p.m. And I schedule it. And I can do this for once a week based on different, you can do houses with pools, you can do whatever you want. And then you could change the text too. Usually there's an AI feature. I could even go to ChatGPT and I can type in, can you make me a social media post text for new builds in Rockland, California that helps bring in potential home buyers that I am not connected with. Let's just see what that says. Certainly explore. Boom. I'm going to make sure it doesn't say family. That's also a key point is, let's just make sure. This is okay, but because it includes both. So if you just said perfect for a first-time home buyer, boom, violation. Let's just be crystal clear. That's a huge violation. Perfect for a growing family, do not say that. It's a equal housing opportunity violation. You're going to get hit with a big fine. It even adds in Rockland New Homes. Boom. Let's copy. Go put that here. Paste and match style. Look at that. How great is that? Schedule post. There's a post for that week. I can go down and I can create a new post. There's multiple ways you can do this too. You can just quickly create the landing pages and then go through and do each post. So I can say, create a post. I can do create landing page and then add a landing page I've already created, multifamily investments. How about that? Next. And then once again, I can go and I can have ChatGPT. Hey, can you help me? Now I can just copy and paste the same message. So I'm going to say, this way I maximize my time. Right, Serena? Can you make me a social media post text for, thank you for the heart, for real estate investors that helps bring in potential real estate investors that I am not connected with. Boom. Boom. And then other than verifying that it's not violating equal housing opportunity laws with no family or, basically anything that unintentionally excludes a certain group of people. That's their main thing that they've been mentioning. Paste. Now, maybe I don't really like this image, or I do. I think I do have to pick an image for Instagram. Yeah. So I could do replace image. You can do Canva. You can do whatever you want. Here, let's copy and paste this. See what's out there. Or I'll just do this. Let's do apartment complex. I like stuff like this. The only thing you don't want to do is take an image from an active listing. I mean, you can just be a little careful because sometimes agents, if you're just advertising that property, they tend to not like that because they paid for the picture and it looks like you're pretending to be the listing agent. But I would just do that. If someone asks about this, just be like, I can find you something similar to that. And I'm going to schedule this for next week because why not? Let's do, yeah, 10:18 a.m. Apply. Look, I've got 2 weeks done. I just have 2 more to go. Does that make sense to anyone? Everyone? Does anyone have any questions about that? About this feature? The cool thing is you can also feature a listing, so you can do any of the listings we have. If you get permission from another agent, which I don't really recommend doing it that way, but if you get your own listing, you can do that. You could do a lead registration form. You know, hey, if you're looking to buy a home, I'd be happy to help. You could change the text to, free buyer consultation. You could do featuring an area. You could go to listing search campaign and you can do homes with pools in Folsom. You could do buyer guide. Buyer guide, when they fill this out, buyer or seller guide, Lofty has a pre-made guide that gets sent to them. There's a way where you can upload your own if you want. It took me quite a while, and honestly, I just clicked the question mark up here and I did a chat with support and I asked them, how do I upload my own buyer seller guide? Once again, if you get to a point where you're like, okay, how do I change the image that's automatically coming up? Click the question mark, chat with support. That's what they're there for. We pay a lot of money for Lofty, like a lot of money. And I am more than happy you just calling them constantly and asking them for help. But you can create as many landing pages as you want, and then you can go and share it. So I would say once a week, I would share a link to my website. One, because I build organic foot traffic. It just means that more people are constantly viewing my website, and so it'll show up more organically in searches. But also, it's that I want people to start going there versus Zillow. People that I may not have built a strong relationship with, if they get excited, which, we're in real estate, most of the time people just get excited about something. So people are going to go there, get excited, and then submit their contact information to me, right, to you. As the agent who shares that. So that's one way of doing it. The other way is just doing social media studios. So creating a post, you could do custom post. I don't know if you guys have a blog feature. For some reason, they only allow me to have it, I think. I don't know why they don't change that, but you can create your own blog. It's like $6 with GoDaddy.com to buy your own domain. Augustine Real Estate Team.com, and you literally, there's a button that says, what kind of website is this? And you can say blog. And then there's another button that says, do you want to use AI to make you a website for you based on what you put? And you just say yes. Throw your license number at the bottom of the page, and say brokered by Vision Forward. You can just say Vision Forward Realty. You don't have to say brokered by, just say Vision Forward Realty. Good to go. And now you can, once again, use ChatGPT to create blog posts for you. Just say, hey, can you write me a blog post that talks about this? And then you can schedule that for a day each week. I mean, you saw how fast it was to create a lot of these. Sometimes it might take you a little bit longer initially, but that's okay. If you wanted to also do posts for the entire month and do it every day, you could do that. There's also people out there that are willing to do it for a pretty low cost, so I've heard. But I mean, I would just pick at least 2 posts a week that you would do. I would do 1 a week with a link to your website, and then the other post a week just on something else, real estate related. Most of you are signed up with us through List Reports. List Reports has constant shareables. And I'm bringing this stuff up because these are all things you don't even have to think about. Let's go home. Like here, I don't even know what this is. Let's click share. With lower rates, your buying power, perfect. I click it, it downloads. I click copy caption. Come to Lofty, create a post, custom post, add image. Unselect YouTube because YouTube has to be a video. Boom. I like taking out a lot of their weird stuff. Like Lofty list reports. And this one. And then boom. Let's do Tuesday. Let's do Friday. Apply, schedule. There we go. See how quick and easy that is? And here's the thing is, I think a lot of you, when it comes to what you're currently doing, you're trying to build relationships with people. And I had a talk with a new agent that might join our brokerage. I'm not too sure, but when you're having talks, when you're trying to build relationships with people, it's just a lot easier, especially if you don't have as much time to build those relationships online. People are going to look at your profile, right? They're going to see what you're all about. The more that you're able to share this kind of content, the easier it is for them to have something that grabs their attention, right? So when you're sitting here and you're inviting people to our events, when you're connecting with them and saying, hey, how have things been going in your life, or you're liking and commenting their posts, they're going to go to your profile and they're going to see your content, and something is going to grab their attention at some point. If you have no content, then there's no point in doing any of that other stuff, right? I figured out by trial and error that when I went through Facebook and I liked and commented, mostly commented on people's posts, they had kids, dogs, right? Chanel knows this. I paid her oldest daughter like $10 an hour, when she was in high school, just for 1 hour a day, because that's all I could afford, to go through my Facebook and like and comment on people's posts. If they had kids, she would use a combination of, oh, so cute, or, just something like that. Or if they had pets, she did that. The thing is when people like the comment that you left them, or they comment back, your content actually moves up to the top of their feed, because it shows Facebook that, oh, these people like each other's content. Let's share more to keep them on the platform. So your content will start to pop up on the top of their feed. If I post something personal about me and they like it and comment it, once again, it'll also show them more of my real estate stuff as well. That's why you kind of want to do a combination of personal things, which I have to get better about, but personal things and real estate stuff. Because then it just, it's increasing your chance of having them see something that catches their attention. My main reason for doing this is it's so easy to sit back when I'm watching TV with my family, or I'm trying to relax, and I just go and like and comment people's posts. It's easy for me to hire a virtual assistant to, once you have money and you're growing, to go and do that, to hire a kid to go on social media and do that. It's easy to post this kind of stuff. If you're, Chase Chow and you're trying to get famous on TikTok, then you have to be a little more intentional with the video content you're creating. But if you just did video content once a week, where it's you, or Travis, or not Travis, Rebecca or Vanessa, and you're going to new builds and you're creating those cool videos, you could do that once a week, and a lot of this the rest of the week, right? With that being said, as you go and you're starting to invite people to our events, having these posts, it's going to really help. One, because it shows that you're a professional. So when you invite them to a trunk or treat, right? That's going to be the next big event we have in the parking lot office. In the parking lot for our office, I still have to book a date and confirm it with the property management that that's okay. But yeah, we'll have that here. You'll start inviting people. They're going to say, oh, thank you. And they're going to go to your profile and see, oh, what is this person all about? When you go and you invite them and you create your Eventbrite link, right? We have lots of videos on how to do that. It's pretty easy. There's other things you can do too. If you're someone who, right, because when you invite them, they're going to put in their email and to register for the event. You can export that list and upload it and put them into your sphere on Lofty. So this is the second thing that's really important with Lofty to show you all. You can upload it to your Sphere pipeline, which I don't want to show just so that YouTube doesn't take the video down. But you can upload it there, or there's ways where you can integrate the system. So I don't want anyone's head to feel overwhelmed, Chanel. And I know a lot of people do. Just think there are tools out there to make my life easier. And so there's ways where you can just set up Eventbrite so it's connected. And anytime someone, you can do this later, I can help you with it one-on-one for anyone who is complicated, but you can link Zapier, it's free, to your Eventbrite, which is free. And essentially what'll happen is when someone registers for your event, they auto go into Lofty, and you can have it set to where when they come in, they automatically go to your sphere of influence. Then what I can do, and this is the main point with this, your sphere of influence pipeline, right? Because everyone has pipelines, is perfect for creating email newsletters. So I can go and I can say, hey, here's an update on our family, and I can do a mass email to all of those people. I can do a folder. I can just do a template, and I can do, how about October newsletter? And in my newsletter, right, if I'm someone who's farming in a neighborhood, I can upload all of those people's email if I want to pay for it into Lofty, and I can put them in my sphere so they get my newsletter. Like, hey, here's an update on our family. Here's an update on all these events. I can do this once a month, and I stay in front of people. I guarantee you, even if they have a realtor, their realtor is probably not doing this. And statistics have shown that 98% of realtors are not doing this because they're not staying in front of their clients. 98% of mortgage lenders are also not doing this and not staying in front of their clients. So just creating the newsletter and sending it out, having a list of local events, having our upcoming events, and having a little tag at the end. If you know anyone who's looking to purchase, please feel free to share my website link, whatever it might be. And so that's the second main thing that I think everyone needs to get really good at. One is creating content and maximizing your time, posting a link once a week to your social media platforms, and then having some other post as a second post every week. You could just pick one day of the month to sit down and schedule it all for the rest of the month. You could do it for the whole year technically, but I would just do 1 month at a time. And then the second thing is just getting in the habit of putting people in your sphere of influence pipeline. And once a month, after I create all of that, I'm going to spend just 10 minutes creating it. I mean, I could use ChatGPT to do it as well. Like watch. Here we go. You could use other platforms too if you want, but can you write me an email newsletter for my past real estate clients that covers these points? Right. My kids are playing soccer and loving it. Oops. Interest rates have been dropping, and now may be a good time to buy or refinance. Let's see what's something else. I just learned how to make homemade, how do you spell tortellini? Homemade pasta. And I'd love to share the recipe if you want. Which that is true. I just learned how to make tortellini. Boom. Here's a friendly and engaging email newsletter. So here's the thing is you can always go and you can highlight that and say, can you make it more aggressive? There you go. Subject, family fun, falling rates, and homemade pasta. Can literally copy and paste this entire thing into a template and mass email it. I didn't have to sit there and put my words, together. I mean, you could tailor fit it. You could say, "Hey, I don't like how they worded this." Instead, could you say blah blah blah, right? And the reason why you want to do that is it starts to learn. This is where the AI comes in. It just starts to learn how you want things worded. So it'll start to learn, hey, please don't mention anything about family. When it comes to real estate stuff, please don't mention anything about family status or whatever. And you can have it do that. And then what'll happen is when you continue to have it do this kind of stuff, it really starts to narrow in on how you word things so it sounds a lot like you. Yeah, I would copy and paste this. I'm probably going to do it. Go over to email templates under settings and add template. And that way, when I go to my pipeline and I click sphere, I can click mass email, select template, boom, done for the month. Does that make sense to everyone? Hopefully that's helpful. Does anyone have any questions? I didn't even share my screen on that last part with you. Sorry about that. Here, I'm going to show you real quick. This is what it typed out for me. It said, here's a friendly and engaging email newsletter based on the points you provided. Subject, family fun. Hi, client first name. So here's what I would do. You should already have an email signature set up in Lofty. Come over to Lofty. I'm in settings and I scroll down on this side to email. Click add email. Paste. Can hit. Here's a cool thing with Lofty is instead of this, you're going to do variable and you're going to do lead first name. Yeah, and you could break it up. Then you'd hit save, email subject. The name up here at the top, that's where you would put October newsletter. It's to remind you when you're going to select a template, it'd be there. It's easier if you create a folder too that just says newsletters, and that way you can go and edit it. Because what'll happen is after years of you doing this, you're going to have certain events that we do every single year, and it'll already mention those events, and you can just tailor fit and change the link that's created with it. Does anyone have any questions?